Hello, hello. Welcome back to Make and Break. We make, we break, doing all sorts of stuff. I kind of planned on working on this dragon a little bit later, but when I was thinking about stuff to do, I was like, you know what? I really want to make these bat wings today. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do bat wings today. What's it gonna hurt, right? It's not gonna hurt anybody. They're just bat wings. Um, so I learned some new stuff. I don't say that I learned fast, but I'm definitely learning something, and I learned a little something that should help us make these bat wings. So I'm going to jump right into it. We're going to throw on some music first. I'm going to clear my throat like 1,000 times, so I'm deeply, deeply sorry about that, but what can I do? I can't really do anything. Let's see. Let's start with some Yoshi's Island. Hey. Let's see. Is that peaking correctly? Okay, that's good. Perfect. So, what have I learned? I learned, Yoshi's music is so good. I have learned that I don't need to be doing the rotation junk stuff that I was originally doing on my planes. So, check it out. People like Simo are going to be like, this is the most obvious thing in the world. So, I apologize to Simo, especially Simo, because Simo has always had the best interest for me. But you can do this. Check this out. Anybody who hasn't seen this before, enjoy. You press Control and right click, and you can just draw. You can just draw stuff. It's the best thing in the world. Can't believe I didn't know about this. There we go. I guess I should make things a little bit see-through, probably. But yeah. So I can make all sorts of stuff. Oh, I forgot to post on Discord. My bad. Hold on. Let's go ahead and get everybody a theme for the day. The theme today is going to be Sacred Artifact. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit and work on this Batwing. I'm a little bit worried about how this joint is going to work. Like, how on earth am I going to make a joint? But I guess we'll just get there when we get there. Can't be that big of a deal. But yeah. So I don't know how quick I'm going to be able to do this because I feel like I'm going like light speed right now, but I'm going to start doing armatures in just a second. And once we get into armatures, I am no longer good at anything. So I'm sure we'll flub around on that for a little bit. There we go. Okay. So let's pop this guy on out. Hello? Oh, I guess I should be... There we go. That doesn't look terrible. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen. We're gonna have to clean it up, but I think it'll be just fine. All right. So let's go ahead and pop on over here. Get this guy looking nice and straight. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here, make one last joint. We're going to put the subsurface on, and I think we might actually like be kind of done like with this first part here. So that's kind of nice to have. There we go. Let's see, what else do we want? I guess we want to go ahead and do some sizing. Maybe I should do the subsurface first, but maybe not. Ooh, Valhalla soundtrack. There we go. That's huge, actually. Hey, Junie. How you doing? Junie, you okay? I know we kind of left out on a cliffhanger. Is everything going all right? How you holding up? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw on a subsurface here. I guess I should also probably make a collection for this. I didn't really think about that. So we're going to call this Batwings. And we'll go ahead and throw the cube in here. Doing okay. Just had one of those moments where I shelled away from socializing for a bit. Absolutely. You do what you got to do. Does this count as socializing? Does being in Twitch chat count as socializing? I don't know. Or should I pretend that it's not so that it's not pressure? Maybe we'll do that. Sort of. I can get behind that. I kind of agree with that. Junie, what are you artistically working on right now? Hey, what's up, T? I was genuinely about to be like, what's up, Joe? Just because the emotes and the name is all but 3 characters the same. Yeah, Junie, what are you working on right now? Where's your brain at? There we go. That is not half bad. It's a little thick. It needs a little bit of work, but I can't complain about this already. This is looking great. So let's go ahead and fix this joint. I'm working on an RP profile for Final Fantasy XIV character. Do you have any teasers for us? Can we have any details? Or is that secret information right now? Oh, what a soundtrack. I really should just put the whole Valhalla soundtrack on stream, but I'm worried about putting whole soundtracks in case, I don't know, weird DMCA stuff, so I try to stay away from that. Big Fuzzy Boy? Okay, what does that mean? Like a lion? Like oh, no, you're making the rabbit, that's right. The, what are they called? Valar? I think the Valar are from Lord of the Rings. You're making a bunny boy, right? All right, here we go. We're at center. We're gonna go ahead and not go to camera. In fact, I should probably just get rid of the camera. Goodbye. There we go. Vieira? Yeah, the bunny boys. Is that what you're making? They like had only females for a long time and now they have men? You sent me a thing on it, or about it. You sent me like an announcement trailer for it. There we go. A little bit of Ocarina of Time for you. Okay, so I'm starting to get hung up a little bit on what I'm doing, but I'm also running out of the ability to think about what I'm doing. I'm sort of at wit's end of what I should be doing right now. So I'm going to kind of guess a little bit. I'll be making one of those later in the year. Right now I'm working on a big Rogaden barbarian type. Rogaden. Okay, so I don't know what a Rogaden is. I'm going to assume it is the 4-armed cat people from Final Fantasy X. The blue cat people. Those are the only, like, furries that I'm aware of in Final Fantasy. Hey, Balksy! Balksy, I don't know why you're here if you don't like me so much. It's real surprising. All right, so let's go ahead and extrude and make ourselves a little lip for the claw to stick in, and we'll go for it. You feel bad? Honestly. Okay, I guess I don't know Final Fantasy well enough. Hey, wow, I just got called out in chat. I'm gonna ignore that. Fun fact about Final Fantasy. It's one of the only retro games that has, thank you. It scared the heck out of me. That was so loud. It's one of the only retro games that, they still have DMCA on the soundtrack. Like, explicitly. If you try and upload Final Fantasy music, you get, like, destroyed. Fun fact, when I was making this playlist, I was like, I really like Final Fantasy music. Obviously, I'm going to include Final Fantasy music. You can't. What is going on? I'm getting all kinds of gift subs. Thank you so much. T, I don't know if you want me to call you T or if you want to call me or be called by your normal name. I don't know what you're comfortable with online, so I'll call you T unless otherwise stated. But yeah, Final Fantasy, they're very litigious about their soundtracks, which I guess is fair. Maybe more companies should probably be like that, but for my purposes, I don't like it. Because it means I can't play music on stream. Okay, so I think we are just about here. You can call me Emmy or T. Either is fine. Okay. It's probably more natural for me to call you Emmy, so I'll call you Emmy. All right, so we're here. Question time. That actually looks so bad. That looks terrible. Question time. Do we want claws on each of the wings? Do we want claws here? Or how do we want to do this? Do you think it looks better as like flesh, or does it look better with claws? Because I'm kind of on the fence about it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and remove our subsurface real quick. We're going to dig into this for just a second, and we'll see where it goes. Let's see, let's see, let's see. You know what? It's the angle. It's definitely the angle. I was trying to copy the picture, but I'm not making like an anatomically correct bat, so it doesn't matter. So we'll do that. And I'm just going to correct you, push you on over, and then we'll get going. Just taking care of the kids. You know, for anybody who has never met Emmy, Emmy is quite the character. Quite a lovely character, but quite a character. And Emmy believes that everybody that they know is their child. Now, believe might be a contested phrase, so I'll try to not get my head cut off by saying believes, but I said it, so it is what it is. Okay. You know what? I don't hate this. Oh, Evergrace. I don't hate this one bit. This is actually really nice looking. I just need to fix this joint right here, but then we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the background for just a sec. And we'll go ahead and just look at it. No more, this is loud. Hold on, let me turn this down just a little bit. I sequenced all the audio. It shouldn't be loud, but it's super loud. There we go. Okay. So this joint is good. It's this joint right. It's these two guys. You are the problem. Let's go ahead and move these two guys up, and then we'll be ready. And then I think I'm going to take a break and do some materialing. I didn't do materialing last time, and a lot of people were talking about my albino naked dragon. So I'm going to make a not naked dragon. Oh, by the way, for everybody here, I should show you. Here's the dragon I made. So this is my little dragon. He's a sweet boy. He's a real good guy. The hair looks better when you put it in rendered view. He's just great. I just love him. That's what we did last stream. So, putting wings on him now. Okay, so let's dig on into here. Gonna do a little bit of that. Gonna move this guy up. And then I think we're all right to go. Color me slightly confused about how to do this. Actually, got it. Got it. We're gonna do SY, make it skinny. Make him a little string bean, and then we're gonna bring you guys down. And I think we're good. Come on, please. And I'm going to go ahead and add claws to it. I think it's just going to be in our best interest if I add a little bit of a claw to this guy. So that's what I'm up to now. Do a little bit of this. I don't know why it is breaking itself so much. It is also incredibly hard to focus with this music. This is maybe going to get removed from the playlist. I'm kind of getting mind flooded right now. I do love Evergrace. Evergrace is an amazing game and everybody should play it, but the soundtrack is a little bit chaotic. Okay, so the joint still looks bad, but I'm going to give it a sec to just think about it. I don't think I'm going to make anything of like substance right now. So I'm going to wait on that. And instead, we're going to do this. So let's go ahead and merge at center. Oh, Lily's theme. What a sweet baby. Man, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Last good Pokemon game. All right, plugging that in. Gonna go ahead and grab this, make a few more claws, plug out, and then we're going to do materials. And I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for everybody. I have no idea how I'm going to make dragon scales, so this is going to be kind of a fight, but, you know, it's a learning experience. I feel like if I make a material of a dragon skin before Simo shows up, then I won't get judged too bad. So I'm going to try and do that. Because I know if Simo shows up, I'm going to get judged mega hard. Hey, CQDK. No, Simo's here. Simo, how would you make a dragon material, like dragon skin, scales and stuff? Do you have a method that you would use for that? You know what? I kind of think this could just be flat. No, I'm going to do it a little bit more articulate. Also, CQDK. You redeemed Hydrate earlier? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I take a drink? I don't remember taking a drink. Hello, Joe. Joe is here to bring the chaos, as always. Just a tiling a scale shape? Yeah, the scale shape's the part, though. Like, how do you make a scale shape? Because I can't really wrap my brain around that one. Hey, CQDK. I had a question for you. I was thinking about you the other day. How's art going, and how's like all the drawings and stuff going for you? Because I had a thought. I had a little thought relating to your interests. Dark Cloud 2. Either in texture paint or procedurally with math. Ugh. I'm not doing that on stream. You know what? I'm going to guesstimate. I'm going to pretend you're not here, and I'm just going to go for it. I'm sorry to pretend you're not here, but I'm going to pretend you're not here. That's okay. You don't have to post it. I'm not forcing you to do anything. Since you like flumps so much, I was going to say, if you wanted to make a flump, if you wanted to draw a flump and post a picture of it, that's easy enough to edit. I can make an emote out of it if you want an emote on the Discord channel. Seems like kind of your thing. You and Mr. Six kind of seem like the flump people. So figured you might enjoy that. But if you don't, I'm not trying to give you pressure. It's not my job. All right. I'm obsessing with this. This is just too ugly for me. Joe is always an agent of chaos. Joe is never not chaos. There we go. What, you mean flump? The correct way? All right. We're going to go ahead and make that just a little bit smaller. Joe, you wouldn't hurt a fly. That's why you like Joe? Why do you like Joe? Because he's chaos? It's kind of why I like Joe as well. Man, I gotta say, this is not the world's worst Batwing. It's a little ugly, but it's not bad. I like Joe's chaos as well. Okay, so I've been linked to a beastery of flump that will surely prove that I am correct. You've seen Joe kill a fly? That's true. Flies don't have souls, though, so it doesn't count. All right. So we're there. Flies are actually, like, amazing. Flies are, like, one of the coolest animals in the world. As much as I don't like them, like, obviously I don't want to fly in my house, but they are kind of, like, one of the best animals. They see everything in slow motion. They're, like, wild. They're, like, superhumans. Okay, we're going to get stuck in here. Also, shout out to Her Majesty, because it's got a great soundtrack. I think it might be the soundtrack that I feature the most on this podcast. As strange as that sounds, a game that I've played like 2 hours of has trumped every playlist that I've like ever listened to. The only ones that I even like rival to it would be like Hyperlight Drifter or maybe Fez. And of course like Phantasy Star, but I don't have any Phantasy Star songs on this playlist, so it doesn't count. Wow, everyone's very friendly in chat. Again, I don't know why I'm so lucky to have such a nice group of people in chat. Every now and again, you know, somebody shows up. But for the most part, things are really kind in this chat. I don't know if it's because it's like the art category or like why it is, but you guys are always very nice to each other. I don't care if you're nice to me, because obviously Joe's not nice to me. But like, you guys are nice to each other. And that's good. I think there needs to be more pockets of that on the internet. Anyway, I completely lost what I was saying. What was I talking about? Got a little nostalgic there for a second. Why are we even nice? You guys are super nice. What are you talking about? You guys are very nice. Go click on that link and play the pronunciation sound file. I'll wait. I'll wait. It's okay. I trust that I'm right. Okay, so that is going to be our boy. Let's pop our image back on, and I'm going to do the webbing. And then I promise we will get to materials after that. Okay, first off, maybe I don't want to look at this. CQDK, I'm sorry to rehash this. Did you want to do that, or is that uncomfortable? Would that not be cool? That's gonna bend really bad, isn't it? That is gonna bend really bad. Let's do one here. You don't have to. You're not being forced to do anything. I just figured you'd like to have a little emote to your name since you love the flump so much. I almost said it a different way, but my way is definitely correct, so I shouldn't say it any other way. Does it have to look like a flumph? Man, that's a good question. Where am I setting the boundaries here? It can't be like scary. Like it can't be like a scary thing. Beyond that, I don't super care too much. Like if you go like off the wall, I might be like, that's too much. But I feel like flumps for your thing. I don't know what you're talking about, Joe. All right. I take it back. I think Dark Cloud 2 is actually the album that I have the most music from. But like that doesn't count because it's not fair. You're thinking a fluffy thing? Yeah, but you post the picture of the flumph. Can you draw what you think a flumph looks like? I'd love to see that. Here's even more Dark Cloud 2, if we didn't have enough from the last song. All right. So I know there's like a divot that comes up into bat wings. I'm gonna have to make that divot, and when I make an armature for this, I'm kind of worried that we're gonna get that thing that really cheap games do, where like vertices go crazy. You know what? I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there. Like I'm not gonna claim that I even know what I'm talking about. So like, why not just let it happen? You don't have to. If you want to, I'd love to show it off. I always love showing off your work. You're exceptional. But totally up to you, man. I know Mr. Six would enjoy that too. All right. Hey, Emmy, are you still here right now? Are you in chat able to talk right now? It's late right now, so not now because all I can think about is sheeps. Go to bed. Take a nap. Emmy has stepped away. That is perfectly fine. I was going to ask Emmy how their D&D campaign is going, how their planning and stuff is going, but I'll wait. In the meantime, I'm just going to focus on the bat. That is ugly. Oh, that's not good. This is bad. If I put a loop cut here, then I've ruined this segment. So I have to... I don't know what I have to do. I suppose I'll keep it like this. The only other option would be removing this guy, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. Actually, I'm going to do that. Because we do have this down here to hold it, and this is mostly a straight line, so maybe this is a big mistake, but I don't think this is a big mistake. I think this will be just fine. So I'm going to dissolve that edge, and then we're going to go for it. What's nah? What are you saying nah to? Oh, not going to sleep? Why not? You gonna hang out for a bit? Okay. Something I'm also a little bit intimidated about is how I'm going to attach the wing to the dragon. Like, worst case scenario, I'm just gonna like free float it behind him, but I kind of think that's like a really bad idea. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's like how it's done normally, but that just seems like super unprofessional. Want to talk to your friend later? You got it. Well, that's good. Okay, so I think we are here on the Batwing. We're going to put the subsurface on. We're going to double check that everything matches. We need to put on some auto normals. What the heck is going on here? Why does it look like that? Let's give it one test real quick. Please work. What is this? Why is there a seam here? Okay, we're going to fix this. There must be like multiple vertices here or something. So I'm going to go ahead and grab merge by distance. Nothing. What is happening? What on earth is happening? Everything else looks about perfect to me. But that is real ugly. Can I draw on myself, or is that bad? What are you drawing with? I think that's going to be the determining factor. Let's put the reference back on. What do bat wings look like? They look like that. Okay. That is usable for me. Oh, the subsurface isn't... That's weird. Like a whiteboard marker? I don't know about that. A whiteboard marker, I think, is not a very good thing to draw on yourself with. I would argue. I mean, I'm not like the foremost expert on it. I can't speak and say that I'm right or whatever, but it just doesn't seem right to me. I suppose they're probably not toxic. But, like, what does toxic mean? Because toxic is if you're ingesting it through your mouth, right? Toxic isn't, like... What then? Why do you want to draw on yourself? You're going to give yourself, like, fake tattoos? What are you doing? What is this? Oh, man, I'm really upset. Why is this happening? Just feel like it? What should you draw on yourself with? I feel like I'm being a bad influence, but I don't know. I don't know what you should draw on yourself with. Google it. Go on Google real quick. Double check. I'm sure somebody's done this. I'm sure somebody has an answer for you. As somebody who I don't think has ever drawn on themselves, I'm probably not the person that you should be asking. Crayola markers. There we go. There's one. If anybody would know about drawing on themselves, it's definitely T. So I'm gonna go ahead and defer to T. I think T's got the answer there. Why are you so miserable? Why are you like this? Also, shout out to Kingdom Hearts. If ever I play games on stream again, I think Kingdom Hearts is probably going to be one of the next ones I play. I really want to play Kingdom Hearts, and having played it already, I'm not too worried about like spoiling the experience by playing it live. I can't imagine that I'll play games again on stream. It's just not my thing. But if I do, Kingdom Hearts it is. What is that supposed to mean? Try and tell me that you're not the person who would draw on yourself. You can't... I don't think you can convince anybody of that. Okay. We probably want to pocket into... No, we want to pocket into here. You always want to go to the armpit. Always to the armpit. Oh, and I messed up because that's... Oh, I see. I know exactly why I messed this up. How am I going to fix this? You have water-based markers? I think that's probably pretty safe. Again, can you Google it instead of trusting strangers on the internet? But I think water-based is probably better. I do think a water marker will probably get that job done. Okay. That's going to hold a little bit better, and now I can take you and scooch on back. And then we're set. Right there. This is it. Moment of truth. Please, please, please. Let's go down to 2s. That actually looks really good. There's so much that I have to do. Like, obviously, this is not final. This is not game ready or anything like this, but that is pretty solid. For what, 30 minutes of work? I trust you, but I don't trust myself. I don't know anything about markers. It's like saying, like, you know, I trust my mom. Me and my mom get along really well. I trust my mom very much. If my mom was trying to teach me how to launch a rocket into space, I'd be like, I'm going to go to somebody else. I'm not trusting my mom with, like, NASA stuff. There you go. No, I know, but I that doesn't make me more of an authority than you. You know what? I know exactly what a Batwing needs. I got it. I figured it out. I think I might solve the problem right here. We want that, and we're going to want to put an E on it, and it didn't solve the problem at all, and that is so sad. Why? You know what? I'm just going to redo this. I don't care. This is driving me nuts. I drawn myself with ballpoint pens. Ace. Ace. Ace is being a bad influence. I think that's maybe one of the worst things to draw on yourself with. Bad influence. There we go. There we go. There he is. Done. Sarah Magnifique. There it is. There he is. There's the beautiful boy. There's the beautiful one. I'm definitely seeing a problem. Okay, let's fix this problem, and then we're gonna call it. I'm not gonna agree with that on this one instance. Don't draw on yourself with a ballpoint pen. Don't do that. Ugh. The Chow music. You know what? Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to find more Sonic Adventure 2 music. Sonic Adventure probably deserves to be the most featured soundtrack on here. Anyway. I'm not gonna get gaslit on my own stream. I think that you should not draw on yourself with a ballpoint pen. I think that's not gonna go well. But I am just a random dude on the internet. I can't tell you what to do at all. You can live your best life. All I am capable of talking about is how to make like 6 out of 10 Batwings in Blender. That's sort of my realm of expertise. So I guess at the end of the day, you're responsible for, you know, the ballpoint pens that you draw on yourself with or whatever. Okay, so that's that. Let's fix these little gaps that are showing up. And then I think we are in the running for it. I missed one. There you are. We're going to extrude just a little bit. That one looks good. That one looks good. This one looks a little weird. You know what? I know exactly why it looks weird. I'm giving myself a crown. You're doing this. You're gonna take a marker and you're gonna go like this on your head. What are you doing? Don't do that. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And then now we'll do this one. It's on my left foot. I mean, if you lose your left foot, yeah, that's fine. You could live without a left foot. You know? I suppose if I was going to lose a body part, left foot might be pretty low on the list for me. Might not be the worst body part to lose. Do I want to lose my left foot? Absolutely not. But I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Shout out to anybody who's lost their left foot. Maybe that's offensive. Sorry if that's offensive. You guys are doing great. Loudly slurps coffee. Junie, thank you. Junie, I can always count on you to bring us back to reality. Junie, how do you feel about D&D? Oh, also, Amy, how's your D&D campaign coming together? Are you prepped? Are you ready? Wow, lots of questions. What an interrogation today. I got the crown of the left feet. What does that mean? You drew it? A little bit of cream, a little bit of sugar. Sir, please, please, please. Sir. Okay. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of oat milk instead of cream. I'm not helping you. CQDK, I'm not helping you. You did this to yourself. It's over. I'm not helping you. All right. Wow, this is the most like true chaos chat has been in a quite a bit. I feel like I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let chat go and do its own thing. Okay, I think we're here. I think this is perfect Batwing. This part, don't get me wrong. This part's bad. This part right here is bad. I see it. You all see it. We're all here. We're going to pretend it's not there for the time being. I'm going to come back to it. But that ain't half bad. So let's go ahead and put a mirror on it. Let's make it huge, actually. This thing needs to be gigantic. Can't get it off my foot. Yeah, I mean, that's par for the course. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make two, and we're going to put them on our dragon. And let's get a little preview of the boy. Kind of anxious about it? I mean, that makes sense. It's kind of a thing to be anxious about. It's the king foot forever now. I think you accidentally just tattooed yourself. I think you've actually just tattooed yourself right now. No, let's keep it normal. Okay, so that's roughly what we can expect in a little bit. I hate to ruin the surprise for everybody, but I actually kind of plan on doing something more like this. Here's the idea. I like Lao Sheng, or whatever you call these kinds of like Chinese dragons, long body mustache dragons. I like them a lot, but I really hate their little feet. I I hate, like, it's just useless. And they're always holding, like, an orb or something. I think it makes way more sense to do something like this. Oh, I don't like that. Hold on. I thought it would look a little bit better if I went for, like, a... almost like a... what are they called? A dragonfly. Like a dragonfly. Exactly like a dragonfly. I think a dragonfly might get the aesthetic across a little bit better. I'm a little bit worried about, like, the wings clipping each other, though, because they are spiked. Maybe that's not a good idea. I'm not sure. Ideally, I wanted, like, 3 sets of wings all the way down, but I don't know how long I want this guy to be either. So we're going to keep it like this for the time being. That's how we're going to look at him. But, I mean, come on. Look at this lovely, lovely man. Okay, so it's time to make a texture. Here we go. I'm going to make a real fool of myself, so I apologize in advance for that. But what else did you expect when you came here? We're going to go ahead and just make ourselves a quick little vertex group here. Because the claws are going to have to be a different material than the rest of the body. But other than that, it's all going to be nice dragon scale. Simple, simple, simple. I'm not sure about the color. So for anybody not in the know, this dragon is a dream that I had a long time ago. I have it written down. There's a part of me that wants to read it out on stream. How did you get it off, CQDK? I had a dream a long time ago that I was like in like the ruins of a castle, and there was a tree in the middle of a courtyard, and I would walk around the tree, and on the other side of the tree was a dragon spitting fire at me. But the dragon stayed like perfectly on the other side of the tree. So if I went around the tree, it would just like rotate. It wasn't even flapping its wings. It was just like hovering there, and it would just shoot fire when it was burning down the tree. And so I'm like trying to like figure it out because I have dream logic, right? When you're dreaming, you can't think about anything. But I'm just trying to figure out how to like get away from this dragon. And I'm like, if I run through this field behind me, is it going to chase me? And I like couldn't process it. I couldn't figure it out. And it was like a very European wyvern type of dragon. But this is how I'm interpreting it because I prefer these kinds of dragons. So I'm kind of going halvesies on it, which might not be the best idea ever. But yeah, this is it. This is the dragon. So let's go ahead and assign a vertex group to this guy. Where are we looking? Right here, vertex group, make a new one. We're going to call you claws. We're going to assign, select, deselect, select, deselect. Perfect. We are set. So let's dig right in. Oh, I need to make a vertex group for his belly too. We'll get back to that. Spirit? Did you just write spit? You spit to get it off? Don't tell me you use spit to get off. No. Oh, Sprite. You use Sprite. I understand. I can get down with Sprite. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of Sprite to help with a little bit of marker on your leg. Okay, we're here. If I make this bright red, we should be able to see... Oh, no. Oh, perfect, 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 perfect. Yes, we've done it. I don't love that. We'll come back to this. Do you prefer soda from a can, a bottle, or a fountain? Man. Now we're going to go off. Now we're actually going to go off. The tier list for soda. The tier list for soda is fountain. Fountain is the worst. Fountain drinks are the worst. Like, they're always flat. Sometimes they're like hyper fizzy and you like cry as soon as you drink them. The ice is always wrong. Like, the ice is always disgusting in a fountain drink. I'm also like a little bit weirded out by somebody being there before me and like what they could have done to the machine and stuff like that. I think you call it hand get the thing I used. What? I can't parse that sentence. What does that mean? So yeah, fountain is bottom tier. Fountain is F. Fountain is an F. What else? I'm gonna say bottle is probably second and can is probably first. Canned drinks really just kind of do it though. Also, I don't know why it looks like this. Oh, I know why it looks like this. I didn't apply scale. There we go. Now we're back. No, it doesn't work. Isn't that weird? Why do you look like that? What about a glass bottle? Oh, I used hand gel? That's probably fine. Glass bottle's kind of overrated. Like, there's nothing wrong with a glass bottle. Glass bottles are fine. I'm going to say can is better than glass bottle. Oh, it's not using object. That's why. There we go. Now we're back. Okay, so we got ourselves a little bit of a texture. Let's add a bunch of detail to it. Like that. And I want to make it a little bit sharper using some distortion. No, goodbye. Goodbye. Catch you when I catch you. I don't even know what that means. Okay, so we're going to do this. Oh, now goodbye. I understand. Yeah, live your best life. Don't stay up too late. Make sure to go to bed. But have fun talking to your friend. Oh, I had a really good idea. Okay, so I know like the focus of today is on armatures, and I'm going to get to the armature in just a second. But I had a really good idea for this sketch. Later, CQDK. Take it easy. Post your flumph if you make one. We'll call this Dragon Bone. And I'm going to say white is probably fine. I don't think we need to think too much about this, right? That's... Right, you're going to see it from, like, here. That's not going to matter. Who cares? Ain't that big. So, next. Let's get rid of those wings for the time being. I'll resize those later. We got ourselves this guy. He is dragon scaled out. Everything looks normal except for the belly. Let's make the belly a new object. Hey, thank you for the bits. Very sweet, Ace. Ace, what kind of dragon do you feel aligned to? Being the resident dragon of the group here. What's your dragon of choice? We're gonna make a new one, and we're gonna call this Belly. How do I want to do this? Probably here. And then we'll go all the way down, and then we should be kind of set to just keep going back and forth on this. Fall Guys? Absolutely. Fall Guys is the pop music of the games industry, and I'm here for it. I'm cool with it. I really enjoy the Fall Guys soundtrack. It is like exceptionally creative. Also, I don't even know how you would begin to design a soundtrack for a game like Fall Guys. Could you imagine being approached by somebody and they're like, hey, it's a multiplayer game where people play over and over and over again with a bunch of weird Mario Party style mini games, and everything is like visually kind of the same. Can you make an interesting soundtrack? And you're just like, I guess. I think his name is Juniko. Juniko Kodaski, something like that. He's like a half Japanese, half Swedish guy. He's a very cool musician. He's very interesting. Junie, he kind of has the same energy as you. He kind of gives off your energy. It's your battle royale because it doesn't include having to aim a gun. I can get down with that. Okay, you know what? I'm doing this very silly, obviously. Sorry to everybody that had to watch that. There we go. We fixed it. We're going to go ahead and assign, select, deselect. Perfect. Okay, so this is our belly. Perfect. I don't like how square that is. I'm going to fix this a little bit later. It shouldn't look like that, but that's what it is for now. So it's a little loud in my ear. Is the volume okay for you guys? I mixed my audio, and I feel like it's not mixed anymore. I feel like it has its problems. If it's good, though, it's good. Oh, it's good? Perfect. Okay, I just got to turn my headphones down. Okay, cool. So we got a dragon. He's a little goofy. He kind of looks like a priest. He looks like he's wearing the squared priest top, which is kind of my fashion. I like that fashion. Let's make dragon scales. Officially, time to make dragon scales. Okay. When we're thinking about dragons that exist in your dreams that are trying to burn down a tree that's keeping you from being attacked by the dragon, what color dragon do we think of? Initially, I'm like, it's got to be green. Like it's definitely green in my head, but I'm like, maybe it's dark purple. Okay, I'm going to give a couple of colors. It's like, hold on. Mix RGB, sure. We'll just use mix RGBs. I don't care. Bada boom and bada boom. So it's like, it's either got to be this color. It's got to be that color right there. Okay, so it's dragon number 1. Dragon number 2 is going to be... Right there. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. This is dragon number 2. Oh, that looks good. Oh, he looks good. Oh, he looks good. Oh, the purple, I think, might be it. Or... Where are you? I'm looking for the color. Come on. I think the purple might be it. I think I'm sold on the purple. I think I'm not going to accept any answer except for purple. I think you might just be a purple dragon. That's putrid. There ain't no way. No, he's purple. He's 100% purple. I am not accepting that gross salmon. Perfect. Okay, purple dragon. I'll keep the green up here just in case we use it later. But there he is. Go ahead and get rid of that and grab you and pop you in, and we're good. Okay. Also, I need to do the hair. You know, I planned a lot for this stream. I did more planning than I normally do for stream. I feel like I'm, like, going crazy right now. Maybe I gave myself too many things to do. That's fine. We're going to focus. So, what I want to be doing is dragon scales. My very first idea, let's use it up here real quick. Very first idea, very instant idea, is to use a wave that goes into a magic texture. And something about this is screaming the correct shape to me. Whoa. Okay. I might have got that backwards. Hold on. Hold on. That actually looks pretty good. That actually looks really good. Hold on. We are here. It's perfect. It looks just like dragon scales. We're here. Okay, get rid of you. Put you on down here. Tell me I didn't just make perfect dragon scales. They might need a little bit of articulation. They're a little messy looking. So if I take it and I go like that using a B-spline. Maybe more white. No, not sure. Okay, we'll take it like this, and I'm going to grab you and pop you on up to 0.25. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that one bit. That's too much. 1 to 10. How are we looking? I think that's it. I think we're here. I think we've done it. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just call it there. I'm going to sit and work on this later. He looks a little bit like those gross frogs that I'll stop talking about it, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if I love that aesthetic, but he does look kind of accurate. There we go. He looks so good. That's my boy right there. Okay, cool. So let's fix the webbing. The webbing is definitely a big problem. What we want to do here is pop into edit. Get off of this. Grab some wings. Oh, I'm trying to grab the subdivision. That makes sense. And if I grab all of these and make a new material, I have a really good idea that is probably not going to look very good, but conceptually it's going to be very good. And that's all I can really hope for, I guess. We're not selecting the claws. Okay, so I'm going to grab webbing. Assign, select, deselect, select, deselect. Perfect. We got dragon scales, dragon bone, and now we have webbing. Webbing is going to be white to start with, so I can see what I'm looking at. What? There we go. Come on. Oh, I'm not in rendered view. What am I doing? Obviously. Okay, so we got webbing, and it looks like it's creasing pretty well. Can't complain about that. That looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and copy that purple. Let's go ahead and grab our dragon purple. Get you on over here. Go on down to webbing. Pop you on over here. Same color. And now we're going to make you kind of see-through. How do I want to do this? Probably want to have really low specular. It's actually going to be pretty glossy if I'm thinking about it correctly. The underside of wing, like bat wings are kind of glossy. They're kind of wet, don't they? They must do. There's no way. Yeah, they're wet. They're definitely wet. There's no way they can't be wet. So we're doing that. And transmission's not going to be what we want. We want alpha. Okay, so just by default, I'm going to plug it in like that. And now you will be able to see through them slightly, which that is a real aesthetic. But here is the part that's going to look bad, but I think I want to do it anyway. I don't care if it looks bad. I'm going to draw veins. I'm going to draw some nice little veins in here, and I'm going to set them to the alpha. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw veins coming through that are going to be not see-through. I don't think they're going to be a different color, although they could be a little darker. I don't know. I think it's going to throw everything into funk, though. So we're just going to draw some veins. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a new little image texture. Right there. Plug you on in. New. Call you wing veins. Oh, not bad, not bad. Okay. So now, what do bat wing veins look like? Junie, thank you for suggesting the mask, by the way. Did you see my post? Junie, did you see the post I just made? Is that why you suggested a mask? Because that's like very appropriate. It's very well timed. Okay, so we want to look up bat wings. I'll show you what I'm looking at. What are we looking at? Oh, they got weird looking veins, don't they? Comes from the joint. Comes from these little knobs, these little joints. Maybe I'll superimpose that and I'll draw off of that. Yeah, no, but did you see the post I made on Instagram? I posted in 3D. If you just randomly said mask, that's like pretty good timing, I would argue. Yeah, because I just made like a mask. I just made. No, you didn't see it? That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Hey, Beryl, how you doing, Beryl? How am I doing? Honestly, I'm doing very good. I ate really well today. I had a salad. I had some leftover Cajun pasta. I ate spicy Cajun pasta right before stream, so I'm a little bit stuffed up right now, but whatever. I did it to myself. But this morning, actually, fun story. Okay, I got a story for everyone. I woke up this morning, and what I do most mornings, unless something weird is happening, most mornings I go out to my front yard, and what the heck? Why is it doing this? Tell you what, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna do a different thing. We're gonna make veins. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna continue the story in just a second. Give me one moment. What I need to do is I need to grab you and rotate you back to 0. Blender is somehow corrupting audio on my entire system, so I'm gonna be on the phone. What? Do you have like an audio file hidden in Blender somewhere? Because that could do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our UVs. We got you. I'm going to go ahead and project from view, and then we're going to draw veins on here using Krita. So let's go to edit. Let's grab you. Let's grab UVs. Project from view. Come on. Come on. Come on. Project from view. That'll do it. Okay, we're back. So yeah, I wake up every morning, and most every morning, I should say. And I go out to my backyard. I put out a yoga mat, and I just kind of work out for a little bit. I just like stretch and do yoga and shadow box, and hopefully my neighbors don't see me, and just sort of, you know, get the COVID-15 off of me. This morning, I woke up and I'm like, hey, time to go outside and do my thing. So I go to do that. And what happens? I walk out and I look at my lawn and it's completely flooded. Like the whole yard has a layer of water just on it. It is summer in Florida. Water evaporates like that. If I drop a drop of water on the concrete, it's gone. It disappears. So I'm like, this is scary. What's going on? And I look out, and my roommate has a hose that they keep connected at all times, and it's always turned on. And it got disengaged somehow. I guess it like the way it was put back or something. The spray part got separated from the hose. And so the hose is just sitting in the yard, just spraying water for like, I don't even want to know how long. I don't even want to think about our water bill or the environmental implications of that or anything like that. But yeah, it was just spraying water forever. So the whole yard was flooded. And that was a fun little thing to fix this morning. So I just went around and turned the hose off, and I sat and stared at my backyard for a little bit. And I was like, What am I gonna do now? So I stretched in the front yard like a weirdo, like an absolute weirdo. But you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, that's not. Maybe that's not the most interesting story in the world, but that's been my day. That's the life that I'm living. Beryl, question for you. How are you doing on the health front? I feel like I haven't talked to you recently about how everything's going. Have you been you've been keeping up? You've been good to yourself? Okay, we're gonna call this batwings.png, and I'm gonna jump into Krita, and we're gonna do some editing. So let's see here. What do we want? We want to get out of here. We want to pop back into object mode, show it back on the front, save, and let's go ahead and open up some Krita, and hopefully my stream doesn't die. I've dropped 0 frames, so I think we're probably good to handle another application. I am worried, though. When I first started streaming, I kept having problems where I would drop frames like crazy. I haven't changed my internet. I haven't done anything, so I don't know why it's better now, but color me a little skeptical. Okay. Anybody who thinks that this is going to be good and that I'm an amazing artist, I'm sorry to ruin your vision of me. Mentally, I feel good, but gaining some weight would be fine. I mean, that's about as good as you can hope for. There's always something you got to work on, right? There's no such thing as perfect. What? Okay, so I don't have Krita set up on stream, so you're just going to look at the full screen here. That's strange. That's not how that was meant to work. But otherwise, we got ourselves some bat wings here. Look at these beautiful boys. Okay, so we got bat wings, and now we're going to go ahead and superimpose our little guy here. Oh, this is terrible. Beryl, what have you made in Blender, by the way? Have you been working in Blender recently? You must be working in Blender right now if you're getting audio issues. What's the current project? There we go. Down he goes, and we'll pop him up here, and we'll just kind of reference back and forth a couple of times and make sure that we get it right. So let's do this thing. So I'm going to pop on up to the top layer, pop you down to the bottom layer, and we're going to grab something soft. Something like an airbrush, maybe? What do veins look like? I mean, now this isn't the best picture to be looking for. I think an airbrush is going to be perfect. If I think too much about this, I'm going to psych myself out. So let's just get on with it. So we're going to want to start digging right here. And it's going to be black. We're going to use black. Okay, so it's like lightning. So we're going to use like Fibonacci branching, right? So it's going to come up. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Hold on. Pop you down there. We're working on this layer. How straight are they? No. I really got to change the controls on Krita to match Blender. Okay. They are not super straight. Still working on the Catboy. I'm having a bad time rigging everything. What's giving you trouble with the rig? Using shape keys? Okay, if you thought this was going to be good, here's your moment of realization. This isn't going to be good. This is my best attempt at doing veins of something. It's kind of weird that I've been doing so much 2D art lately. I'm not a 2D artist. There was a point in time where I was like, maybe I could get into 2D art, and I gave it a good shot, and I was just like, nah, this isn't me. I painted as a kid. I painted a lot as a teenager. We've talked about that before. And really enjoyed painting. And painting is very like interpersonal and deep to me, but I'm not an artist. That ain't me. Okay, so we're going off the protocol a little bit. We're gonna go here. So just making some nice little veins. We're going to do a little bit of Bob Rossing for a bit. How long have you been working on that Catboy, by the way? I feel like you've been working on that thing forever. I suppose I've been working on this forever, but, you know. When do you have like a deadline that you think you're going to be done with it? Looking like a chewing gum at the moment, also closer clipping. You might want to look at using collisions on the clothing, run an animation. I think that works. I'm pretty sure that works. Run an animation with collisions on the clothing. Once you get all of your keyframes and everything like set, then remove or like apply the collisions. And then it'll become a static mesh from there. But using collision data might be the best way to do that. I know like if you're trying to make a beanbag chair, the best thing you can do is turn on collision data and then throw something on top of a sphere to make that divot. And then you just apply the cloth material and you're done. So I assume it would be the same for you, but you'd have to, you know, check, right? All right. Just making veins. Just making some veins for a bat. Every biologist in the world is crying. And honestly, you deserve it. You spent all that time in school learning biology. And I think you're better than me on my really bad 3D modeling streams. Come on now. Go get a PhD or something. Quit watching me 3D model if you're a biologist. Doesn't really work for VR chat. No, I'm not saying keep the physics enabled. I'm saying when you make the frames, when you're making like the animation frames, use collision data and then apply it so that it looks like the collision is still detecting, but they're set frames. Like you can get like sleeves to like go backwards and forwards, but then you apply it and it's just an animation. It's not collision data anymore. All right. Oh, actually, I know exactly what you're talking about. I apologize. Yep, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. I'll be wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. I didn't realize that VR chat uses procedural animation. I had to think about that for like 2 seconds, and I was like, oh yeah, obviously it does. Why wouldn't it? It's VR. They don't have set animations. You don't walk in like a straight path. You walk however you want to walk. Yes. You are correct. I don't know how to help you then. Is the short of it. If I ever knew how to help you is a different question, but I definitely don't know how to help you now. Are there like a lot of resources for that? Are there people who make tutorials about like VR chat models and stuff? How are you learning this? I gotta say that I'm not against this. I don't hate this guy. I really can't say I hate this dragon too much. He's actually kind of nice looking. It's a little silly. I should also probably come all the way back to here so that we don't have overlap once we do our subsurface. So let's like think for just a sec. Let's use our brains and do this. And we're there. Okay, we're back. So last but not least, we have the ends of it, and the ends of a bat wing are always pretty harsh as far as veins go because it's very far away from the body. You got to pump a lot of blood. Got to keep this thing feeling fresh, feeling clean, feeling alive and well and vampiric. So that's what we're going to do here. And I'm starting to get lazy with it. I'm starting to get bored of doing this. So mind me if my marks seem just a little bit much. Okay. So I think we're just about ready to port this over. You know what? This needs to go up here. Do this. We're not going to think too hard about anything more than this. This is it. We're fine. Perfect. Okay. That is about as good as I can hope it to be, right? That's what we're working with. So I'll export that. And it is now 3:16. So it is time to do the armature. And color me a little intimidated. If I wasn't intimidated by literally everything I've already done, I'm definitely intimidated now. Armatures are kind of the scariest thing in the world. There we go. Probably want it a little bit blurred so it looks like it's in the skin a little bit more. We're going to save that. We're going to pop back on over to Blender. Get me out of Krita. Joe has suggested sugar for the sacred artifact, which, Joe, why are you like this? Why are you always like this? Just a troll, honestly. Just a real troll. Okay, so we should have batwings.png. Why is it not doing anything? What? Why is nothing happening? Batwings.png has the veins. And I look over here and we have no veins. Why not? Why not? Let's use a color ramp real quick. I'm going to just see if I can make the veins appear. If not, something went horribly wrong and I'm going to lose my mind. So let's count on it working. It didn't do anything. What? Why? Why? Why is it? Is it because of UVs? I bet it's because of UVs. I bet it's because of UVs. If it's not this, I'm maybe a little bit out of luck. Why? What is happening? It's there. You can see it. It's here. Color me very confused. I don't understand what's happening. We are on the webbing. The webbing is the pink. Pink is on. What? Wasn't this a shame? Why? This is awful. I guess we're going to have to call it on the veins for right now. Wow, all that work for nothing. That's a real shame. Sometimes Blender just be like this, you know? Part of me thinks, let's just try it, right? Let's just try it and see what happens. I'm gonna just try it. Nope, nothing. I think I've officially melted my brain. Okay, cool. So we're gonna not worry about the webbing right now. It was a cool idea. It's not gonna work. So we're gonna do this for now. I'll come back to the veins. Next time I make this dragon, the veins should be back. But it didn't work this time, so we'll get them next time, boys. Okay, so next is armature. We're gonna make these wings flap. As soon as I started thinking about the scales, I had to make a crazy procedural scale material. Have you made one? Can I look at it? Do you have it on Discord? Ugh. I'm thinking about the mask right now. I hate the mask. I like Jim Carrey a lot, but really don't like the mask. I think that movie is hard to watch. It has like really big adult energy. As a kid, I like couldn't really watch it. I remember being a kid, my parents kept a CRT in the back room, and it's kind of complex to use though. Oh, I'm just saying like take a picture of it. You don't have to send it to me or anything like that. My parents kept a CRT in the back room, big old tube TV, and hold on, I'm thinking. And I got in the habit of using it for all sorts of stuff because we kind of shared TVs. We had a TV in the living room. We had a TV in the back room. I didn't have a TV in my own room. And me being like a gamer kid, I was pretty bad about like sitting still and concentrating and stuff. So I always wanted to be in front of a TV. And so I used the back bedroom TV a lot. And I have a distinct memory of putting in a VHS of The Mask. And it was like, it was some scene. I think it's the one where he does a spin. He does like a spin move and his face distorts and turns into the mask. Like he's Jim Carrey, then he becomes the mask when he's spinning. And I remember just like replaying that scene over and over and over again and just paying so much attention to it until eventually I like weirded myself out and I was like, I have like nightmares. And I couldn't pay attention to it anymore. So it really freaked me out. So I have weird feelings about The Mask. What up, Mr. Six? You missed CQDK earlier. How are you doing? Clear coat. Probably don't want clear coat. Probably don't want to worry about it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to take this back. Let's take dragon hair off. You're good? I'm great. I'm doing really good. I had a nice little stretch this morning is to give you the short version of it. Went and stretched and had a nice time this morning and feeling good because of it. Took a little bit of time for myself. All right. How's life at the bar? Is the bar treating you well? For sure. I think physical health is like one of the most important things that people shirk on. Boring? I mean, that's what we're here for, right? Okay, so what I want is to change the material. Yep, there we go. You'll live. Well, good. Happy to help. This is got to be dragon hair. Perfect. We're back. Okay, so now you can be dragon hair. And we're going to grab the other one and make it dragon hair. And now we got to make the hair. Okay, easy. No problem. Okay, so when I'm thinking about this dragon and I'm thinking about the color of the hair, I'm like instantly attracted. Thank you. Very appreciated. Also, I need to show off Simo's scales once Simo finishes the scales. We'll get back to that in just a second. So the question is, what color hair are we going to use? I am inclined towards white. I think white is probably the color. There's part of me that really wants to use pink, but I know pink is going to look terrible. That's fine. You're good. I'm not rushing you. It can't be anything too vibrant. It has to be kind of dull. Let's start with white. Let's just start with a white and see where that gets us. So I'm going to do like a 0.7. Oh, he does look cute, doesn't he? He does look good. The belly needs some work, but I don't know if I can't say I hate this. There's a part of me that thinks orangey could be kind of nice. Like an off-white, maybe a little bit darker than that. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Let me vote. Mr. Six, give your opinion. Let's hear it. You are always welcome to your opinion. Oh, you're voting on a speed sketch. Absolutely. I thought you were talking about this. Yeah, definitely vote on a speed sketch. That is vital. For anybody who isn't aware, on the Discord, there is a voting channel. Here's a shameless plug to jump onto my Discord. There's a voting channel, and on the last 30 minutes of stream every day, I'm going to make something based on what everybody has posted. And the theme today is a sacred artifact. So I'm going to make a sacred artifact. And so far, the prompts that I'm looking at are an ancient ritual mask, sugar, and Mr. Six is typing a third option. And that third option is Bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum. All the pressure's on you, Mr. Six. What could it be? What do we got? I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3. Is this enough pressure for you? Okay, I'm gonna let you go in peace. Oh, we got barrel typing now. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just. Here we go. What do we got? What do we got? What are we making? Heart of a golem. Okay, I'm gonna now exit from that screen. We're gonna now not be on that screen anymore. What the heck do you mean by a heart of a golem? How am I supposed to do that? What is that? What does that mean? You're talking like Terraria? Ah, look at him. Look at him. I removed my color, so we're going to want to come back just a little bit. But this is it. Tint. Scale vid is ready. Okay, I will check it out. That's a pretty good looking dragon. I'm cool with this. We're here. We're back. Okay, so I got an hour to do an armature. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and check out Simo's video real quick. That actually looks so good. That actually looks so incredible. I'm turning the audio down. That is unbelievable. Simo, how do you do this? You're crazy. What? Insane. Absolutely insane. Why are you not... Nodes are fun? I agree. I like nodes as well. I don't have the math side, though. I need the math. I need to focus on the math a little bit more. I'm good at math, but every time I apply it to nodes, I kind of get overwhelmed. So, for next time. This is exceptional. All right. Is there any big spoilers that I should be looking for? Because I think we're good. This is great. If ever I feel like I get an edge on you, you always prove yourself. Okay, so we're back to the body. Let's make ourselves just a little belly for this guy. What I want is to get the color first. Color is going to be very important for this guy. That's the color. Easily. Easily, that's our color. We got like a 2-tone warm and then a purple. That's a good amount of color. The red eyes are going to have to go for yellow eyes. I think we're going to have to make the eyes yellow to match this color scheme, but not half bad. He's pretty good looking. Okay, so belly. When we're looking at a belly of a dragon, what are we looking at? We're looking at a lot of roughness. It's scaly. It's coarse. It's a sensitive area. They would not have glossy. They're not trying to attract attention to it. Specular's probably low, but not as low as the hair. Sheen is incredibly high. Sheen tint, I'm going to keep it colored. And I guess we're going to add bumps to it. I guess I'll give him like little goosebumps or something. It's hard to picture anything else, but we'll do like a little bit of goosebumpy something or other. So I'll go ahead and pop in on here and say, what do we want? A Musgrave is definitely the worst thing that I could imagine. Oh, Mr. Six, I was anticipating this question. When you first started trying to interview me, I anticipated this question. And I'm a little scared of it, to put it into words. Also, I just realized I can make better dragon scales. I'm going to make better dragon scales. I'm now jealous of Simo. What is my biggest achievement so far? Goodness me, I have a hard time answering this. This is going to be tough. I don't think very highly of myself. I really don't think that highly of myself. I know I'm talented. I know I am creative. I'm especially creative. If there's anything that I am creative, and I'm very proud of my creativity. I can come up with stories and stuff like that, and I can organize them and put things together, and I trust my ability to be creative, without a doubt. But, big but on that one. I haven't made a lot of stuff. Biggest achievement so far. Man, that is a hard question. I'm gonna think about it for just a second. Give me a sec. I'm gonna think. I'm sure there's something. It's not an easy question for me to answer. This guy kind of looks like Spyro. I'm starting to realize that this guy is Spyro. What I want to do is probably throw in a mapping and shrink that z-axis, and we should be looking pretty golden. Is it not z? What would the axis be? 0.5? Nope. Is it y? What is happening? Why is nothing working? What is happening? Hold on. I'll get. Oh, here we go. We're back. I got it. There we go. Done. Problem solved. Take your time. Yeah, it's just a lot to think about. I've definitely done a lot of weird stuff. I've lived a big life. You know, I'll be the first person to say I've lived a really big, nice life. I'm very proud of my life. I'm not like sad about it or anything. Don't take me saying that I'm not like. You just don't take that the wrong way. Like I am proud of my life. I've had a lot of really cool experiences, but have I achieved anything? Have I achieved anything? You know what? This is kind of a dumb answer. Maybe it's not a dumb answer. I'm not going to preface that way. I like this. This is a good answer. I don't care. Oh, that's not what I want. We'll call this Dragon Belly. A couple years ago, I went to a open mic night. And I did a little bit of biggest achievement was having me as a best friend. Junie, you're still my best friend. You're still a very special person in my life. Yeah, absolutely. Tons of love. I went to an open mic night. Oh, no. Actually, I take it back. I know what I did. I got my biggest achievement. We're here. We're back. Biggest achievement by far. Easy. Problem solved. I had a really good friend in college who is just an amazing person. Really, really lovely human being. And me and him had a band where we would go around and we would play music at like people's houses. We would do like these weird block party sort of shows. And me and the guy that did the music had never done stuff like that before. So like every time we would do a show, it was like we were scrounging together and being like, what are we going to do this time? Like, how are we going to make this one work? And it was always a big like learning experience. There we go. I think I want object data more. There we go. So we'd play these shows all the time, right? And it was just a ton of fun. It was really cool to like be recognized for music, because I've done music my whole life. But it was really cool to be recognized for it and to sort of have like a following. I didn't really have a following. I mean, we didn't sell CDs or anything. But it was just cool. It was like really cool to be known for something and for people to be like, oh, they're coming over. Like they're going to be playing a show. And we did that for a little bit. And we did one show for New Year's. We did like a New Year's Eve show at like a block party sort of situation, right? We did a nice New Year's show. And we were drinking and we were just singing and we were doing all this kinds of stuff, just having such a lovely time. And there was a point where I started handing out instruments to everybody. I'd be like, here's an instrument for you. Here's an instrument for you. Here's how you play this. Here's how you play this. And it was just, I don't know if maybe I was like drunk a little bit, like tipsy, or if I was just in like a really good mood, but it just sounded so good. And it was so like authentic and in the moment, and it was very real. And that's probably like one of the greatest achievements of my life, I would say. It's got nothing to do with what I'm doing with my life right now, and that's why I think it's hard to call it an achievement, because I'm on a completely different path than I was back then. But it was really fun. It was a really nice experience. Made me feel real good. And I guess that's all you can really hope for in life, is to feel good. So can't say I feel that bad about it. We'll call it an achievement. We'll say it's an achievement. Full stop. That was my achievement. Sounds like a good experience. It was a really nice experience. It was a very, very lovely thing that just came together and worked, and yeah, just wonderful. You know what? This doesn't need a bump map. It's an eye. Eyes don't have bump maps. I'm going to take this away, and then I'm really killing my time, but I guess I'm just feeling it right now. This is probably the last day I'm going to work on this dragon live on stream, so I probably should get to that armature just as soon as I'm done here. Okay. We'll say that looks about right, and we'll push it. Hey, what's up, Chaos? Chaos has asked that everybody take a nice drink of water, so let's all take a nice drink of water. I'm actually almost out of water. This isn't my biggest mug. Chaos, how have you been? Did you stream today? I think I saw you stream yesterday. You know what this could use? This could use, actually, let's go 0.4 and let's go 0 and grab you. And now I'm going to reduce that down a little bit, and sure. Those are going to be my dragon eyes for the time being. They look terrible. I'll put a pupil in there, I promise. I'm just not doing it right now because I don't have time. Okay, we're back. Look at this beautiful boy. Look at him flying through the sky. He looks like Never-Ending Story. I love him. I love this boy so much. I love his little divot on his nose. You're so good. Okay, so let's make the wings move. Now I'm starting to think maybe I should fix the wings before I make them move. Now I'm thinking rationally. Try to Sunday stream randomly. Yeah, planning on doing my schedule a bit, and I'm good. Thank you. I mean, who doesn't love the Never-Ending Story? What's got you playing with your schedule? Also, how was your weekend with Nova? Did you two have a nice weekend? I know you were looking forward to that. You know what we need? I see an easy fix here. I see a really easy fix. Let's do a J there and a J... Oh, come on. Come on. Let's put a J here. That's a square. That's a triangle. Square, 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 triangle, triangle, triangle. That should be all right, I think. Cool. So we'll just call it there. Can I fix this? Can I fix you? And how would I fix you? What does fixing even look like here? It was nice and chill. How was your weekend? It was nice. It was really nice, actually. It's probably one of the better weekends I've had in a long time. Until my backyard flooded. But other than that, it was a pretty nice weekend. You're getting better and better? I appreciate it. I go through bouts with 3D modeling where I attempt to... My brain... I'm not forming good thoughts right now. I go through bouts with 3D modeling where I learn a whole bunch. I'll like watch a bunch of tutorials and I'll pay attention and I'll really focus on getting better. And and then I kind of lose it for a little bit, and then I'll come back, and then I'll lose it, and I'll come back, and I'll lose it. I think that's true for probably any discipline in the world, but I'm on a high right now. I'm definitely on a high. I'm thinking, I'm learning, I'm putting new practices into order, so I appreciate you saying that it's getting better, because I feel like it's also getting better. I'm very proud of that mask I made. If anybody saw the mask that I posted on Discord, I am very proud of that thing. It's kind of simple. Like, it's definitely not something that I'd be like, you know, oh, I'm going to get hired because of this mask or anything like that. But it's really good. I like it a lot. Okay, here we go. Let's do two things real quick. You saw it? Very appreciated, Mr. Sex. It's an interesting one. Sometimes I worry that I might be like a little bit too weird, but it's who I am, so too bad, I guess. If people don't like it, whatever. Until it starts hurting me financially, I don't think I care too much. Shot deck is no longer free. What is shot deck? What does that mean? That's it. That's it. We're here. That's a perfect Batwing. That looks, oh, it looks so good. I don't think there's anything I want to do to fix this. I think it's done. I think I'm just going to take it. I'm going to keep it. We're going to go for it. There's two things I want to do, but I'm going to like go down like, you know, Wonderland if I do it. Okay, fine. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Who cares? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? I'm going to lose some time. I've already lost some time. Grab you, you. There we go, all the way around, and we're going to connect that to nothing, which is actually kind of scary. It's a cool site for references, all sorts of shots of moving categorized well at... Whoa. Well, that's a shame. I'm sorry it went, you know, pay. To some degree, you know, I support people getting paid for their stuff because it's a tough world out there. The more and more I do art, the more I'm like, oh, it's actually impossible to make a living being an artist. Like, how does anybody manage to do this? The more and more I do it, I feel that way. But I think once you make it, you make it. But when you start looking at big websites and stuff that have like resources and sort of more infrastructural things, I think it's a little difficult to like process what like individual income, especially if you have like employees working for you and stuff like that. So probably not the worst thing in the world that it cost money. It's just a shame that it's you know, it had that reputation for such a long time. What? Okay, I gotta redo this. Get rid of you. Let's grab this all the way around and let's edge slide it, and now we can get right there. Perfect. This is my biggest problem. I can't just let things lie. I have to keep messing with stuff over and over and over again. As soon as I get like an idea and I'm like, oh, this looks good, I'm like, it could be better though. So I apologize, you have to watch this. Oh no, and it's done the thing again. Oh no. It's a cool site, so I might consider paying for it, although it's kind of pricey. What are we looking at? What's the price? It did it again. No, the wings look a lot better though. That looks great. Looks good. Okay, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Mr. Six, what are you asking me? What are you trying to get out of me? Who are you? Mr. Six. About the same as Netflix? Yeah, it's a little expensive. All right, I guess I'm going to give this a college try. I'm going to try to answer this question as best as I can. Who are you? Oh, man, who am I? Oh, that's such a hard question, man. Why are you asking me this? Honestly, I'm just a body. I'm just a body that's attached to a brain. This guy who's wearing a Pokemon t-shirt right now, and I have my, like, I don't know, e-boy glasses on. This guy right here, this guy just exists so that my brain can make things. I'm not corporeal. I'm a ghost that has to have like a caloric intake. I don't actually exist though. It's all up here. It's all in my brain. That's all I'm living for. So I guess if you're asking me who I am, I'm just a brain. I'm just a big thinking machine, thinking about all sorts of stuff and giving myself existential dread all the time. Beyond that, that's a hard question. First and foremost, I'm a writer. I want to go into the games industry. I want to do a bunch of cool stuff. I want to own real estate. I have like a really weird interest in real estate. I want to get into like a bunch of stuff, right? But at the end of it, it's all about storytelling for me. I want to like present people with experiences that are narratively driven. So I guess at the end of the day, I am a writer. It's bad. It's bad. Why is it bad? Oh, it's bad. Why? Why does that exist? Do we have auto normal still turned on? We do. What on earth? I think that might be the best answer I can give you, unfortunately. Like, if you're asking who I am as a person, I kind of think it depends on who you're talking to. Flip normals? It might be flip normals. I very much appreciate that, Simo. Simo, that's actually huge. Thank you so much. Oh, Simo. Simo, if ever we meet in real life, I owe you like I owe you like a really nice dinner. I owe you like a premium experience. You've done so much for me. I'm sure it's all little stuff, and I'm sure you feel whatever about it, but like, you're very helpful. You're like incredibly helpful. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think you should get into teaching. You're very good at it. All right, so I've officially wasted nearly all of my time, and I didn't waste it, but I didn't use it the way I planned on using it, which is fine. This is the harm of calling my shot on my schedule. Saying that I'm going to do all armatures today was maybe not a good idea. That's a good-looking Batwing, though. There's one thing I hate, and I'm going to let everybody make an opinion before I say it, but I think I really hate the placement of this finger. I think I can actually fix this. Hold on. I bet I can fix this. Bet we can fix this real nice and easy. I don't want mirror. I want this. Yes, yes, yes. Push it on back and go down. I like your magic words, funny man. I've yet to see that show. That looks better to me. I like how like grossly knuckled this thing is. It has such an awful looking knuckle on it. But otherwise, we're good. Perfect. Cool. So let's officially do the armature. It is officially time. I'm doing it. I promise. It is time. Wow, I was about to stop working on it and do something else. No, we're doing armatures. Okay. Pay attention. Focus. I gotta make an armature. Man, Genshin Impact. I played Genshin Impact for a little while, and like such a big fan of Genshin Impact from like a theoretical standpoint. But every time I play that game, I'm like, I just can't. it just isn't for me. There's just something about that game that I'm like, I'm good. I don't need it. If I reference a show, 90% of the time I've only seen the memes. Honestly, Beryl, there's a lot of kinds of bravery in this world. There's a lot of different kinds of bravery in the world. But the bravery that you just showed is to be commended. Admitting that you've only seen the meme. Yeah, I'd love the game if it weren't a gacha game. I agree. An armature T is like a bone system. So like you put an armature. So there's an armature like this part of my finger, this part of my finger, this part of my finger. Each of these would be a piece of an armature, and if you put them together, you can make things bend. So I'm making bones. So if we look right here, I'm putting the segments of bone inside of here. And if I do it correctly, hopefully, fingers crossed, I should be able to make the wing flap. Armatures are definitely the thing that I am the worst at. I'm sure if you tried hard enough, you could find something that I am worse at than armatures, but they're pretty high on the list. So I meant to work on them all day today, and I kind of got obsessed with other things. But we're back. Is this going to be super bad? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Armature is an ill-minded part of Blender. Love that. True words. All right, sure. We'll go on down there. So, again, I'm not good at this. Anybody who is watching this and going, hey, that's cool, I'd like to learn from this guy, please don't. Please don't do that. Please don't learn from me. I'm not good at this specifically. If you want to say that I'm good at Blender in general, that's very kind of you, and I appreciate that. But if you want to say that I'm good at armatures, please stop. Seek some help. Okay, so let's try to get a little bit better. I feel like this part's gonna be flappy. Oh, actually, I got it. I know how we're doing this. We're gonna make a shoulder joint. So I'm gonna do a shoulder there. Pop you down. Pop you here. Pop you up. I think we've done it. Go back just a little bit. And I think that should be all right. It looks a little jank, but I think it'll hold. So we're just going to take this all the way to the bank, making these giant armatures, and I'm sure it's going to be a big problem, but I don't know what else to do. Mr. Six, you're making a big mistake. Don't do it. Honestly, the amount of people in my life, both here on Twitch and in my private life, there's been a couple too, which is disturbing to me. The amount of people that look at my work and go, hey, I'd like to learn 3D modeling. I'm like, please, please don't. Joe, famous celebrity of the chat, Joe is one of them. So shout out to Joe for falling for the curse, I guess. Just don't trust me. I'm not the person you should be trusting for your education. Maybe in like a year from now, I'll be like, you know, a professor somewhere. I'm not. That's a joke. But you really shouldn't be trusting me with teaching you how to 3D model. If anything, I'm literally showing up and going, hey, Simo, can you teach me how to do this? Every stream I'm doing this. Okay, cool. So here we go. Here's my first attempt at an armature. How do we feel about this? So what is it? How do I parent an armature? I kind of want to make an illustration type of render next. I just have no idea what it could be about. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Ghibli stuff. I really like all the Ghibli art. I think that's very interesting. There's actually a game that's coming out, and all of the objects are watercolored. And I think they use a splat map where when you get close to them, they use a depth of field to increase their texture resolution. But when you're far away, it has like N64 style filtering. And it looks insane because you walk up to an object and it's like, it's beautiful, right? There'll be like a rendered knife stuck into like a stump or something. And you walk up to it and it looks beautiful. It looks super good. But as you walk away from it, it like turns into a Bob Ross painting. If I can find the name of the game, I'll post it somewhere. But I was looking at that and I was like, that's an ideal art style. Okay, what's parenting? Control P? It is. I did it backwards. So we want you and then you, and we're going to do Control P, automatic weights. I did it backwards again. What? Armature, then you, Control P. What? What? Okay, I guess you have to do it this way. That's weird. And the model is baked into here. Okay. I am most inspired by childhood movies, which were a big part of CG, since I am a zoomer. There's nothing wrong with being a zoomer. Can you give us some examples? I'd love to hear some examples. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's make this work. Come on, come on, come on. I know you want to work. So if I take you, just the end of you. Oh, we've done it. Oh, we've done it. Oh, we've done it. How do I select just the end of this, though? Can you not do that? Is that not possible? Also, I got to figure out what flapping wings looks like because I'm not... I made fun of biologists later, or I made fun of biologists earlier, and they cast a curse on me, and now I don't know how biology works anymore. So I'm sorry, biologist. I'm sorry I made fun of you. Please, take back your curse. I actually rely on this. Okay. We are here, and I'm going to look at a picture of bats flapping their wings. They're really straight. I like their little legs moving. The legs are like the best part. Okay, so they're really straight. It's only the ends that fold down. Let's go for it. I'm going to keep that GIF up on my second monitor, but otherwise we should be good. I think I might actually exaggerate this just a little bit. So let's push forward just a little bit. You'll do, and you'll do. What? I was thinking that you might not need that many bones in the wing. I appreciate you waiting to tell me. Okay, what do you think I should do? I suppose I could do a straight shot from here. Let's do that. Let's do a straight shot real quick. Toy Story, Kung Fu Panda, or generally any DreamWorks or Pixar films from the first decade of 21st century. It's not that bad. What do you mean simplify? You can't just write the word simplify and expect me to understand what that means. So if I dissolve, yeah. That one's gonna be a problem. Well, this is a nice little Rubik's Cube that I've just made for myself. How am I going to solve this one? We can do that. That one's easy. Okay, so easy. We've done a couple easy ones. Have you ever thought about doing some tutorials or something like that? How to answer this? Man, I don't want to say this because I think this is going to be a really bad idea, and I think I'm going to mislead people. So this is me telling you, don't get misled. Please don't get misled by this, because this isn't what you think it is. I have something in the works. I'm working on something that'll come out eventually. It's not at all what you think it is. It's not a tutorial, but it's tangential. It's similar. It uses 3D. I'm using 3D for it. So yeah, just you'll see, I guess. But I am working on something. Can I delete the bone? Can I delete the bone? Yep, you can delete the bone, and you can go ahead and dissolve. And now we can take you, and we can pop you on up. This should be fine, right? If anybody here should be doing tutorials, it is 100% SEMO. The fact that SEMO hasn't started doing tutorials yet is like a crime against humanity. So get called out, I guess. You and your little secrets? I don't have a lot of secrets. I try to be an open book as much as possible, but there's some stuff that you can't say. Because if I say it, I lose like creative freedom over my ability to produce it. So it's not a secret for the sake of being a secret. It's a secret because if I say it, it won't be possible anymore. But I do get that. I try not to keep secrets. I don't think secrets are good for anybody. All right, so I think I can do this. Hey, thank you for the follow. Very appreciated. Dimitri Maxim off Galahad. Please tell me you just pop into people's streams and make them read your name. Because that would be the best thing for you, I think. Okay, so if I do this. Yes! Yes! Oh, we're here. We've done it. We're back. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to make a shape key. I want to make 2 shape keys. 2 shape keys. 2 shape keys. And a shape key is going to do it. I'm a great fan of 1-minute tutorials. I might start to make something similar that is straight to the point and concise. Yes, you should. I'm going to give you the only piece of wisdom that I can give anybody. And that is I attempted to... I'd still have it, and I still might do it, but I attempted to edit my first week of Blender. So each of the 7 days that I first did Blender, I tried to edit it into a video that was going to be like 20 minutes long. And I have 14 hours of footage for 20 minutes. It was a really stupid thing of me to do. So it's kind of just lost in my archives because I'm not about to edit 14 hours of footage for something that's going to get no views. But it does exist. How do I want to do this? Do I apply the shape key to this? Okay, we got vertex groups for that. Shape keys are here. Got it. Okay, we're here. We're back. Yep. We're back. So I'm going to pose it first. I miss CQDK. You and CQDK have a nice little friendship going on. I appreciate that. There we go. Okay, let's hide the armature real quick. You can't. Oh, yeah, there you go. Boom, easy. An awesome person? Yeah, CQDK is very sweet. Has anyone here seen the Alternate Realities 3D challenge that ended recently? What is that? Can you give us an explanation for that? What does that mean? Okay, so I'm just kind of teasing away at this because I'm not super confident in what I'm doing right now. So if it seems like I'm sort of shaky, it's because I'm sort of shaky. So you'd be right in that judgment. You'd be right in thinking that I'm doing it a little bit weird right now. And I also realized I kind of just disjointed this guy's shoulder. So we're going to come back a little bit on the shoulder. So that should... That looks a little weird. Come back to this. You should come back out just a little bit. That is not half bad. Could I make a better wing if I tried? I think so. But can't say I hate this too much. I will... I kind of want to make it a little bit cooler. I'm going to make the top of this finger here like stretch out, like it's feeling good while it's flying. Because if you can make something feel a little emotional, there's no reason not to, right? Like, look at that. Like, it's stretching, right? It's like really feeling itself. All right. That is good enough for me. YouTube challenge, somebody that I'm not going to even try to pronounce made a huge 3D challenge where you had to make a character walking. Oh, I did see that. Yes, yes, yes. I'm kind of surprised that took off the way it did. 3D stuff is always kind of random to me. Okay, so this is pose position. Simo, can I ask for your help for just a second? I'm sorry to ask for so much help. But I really want to make sure I don't mess this up, because if I mess this up, I'm going to kind of beat myself up for it. Where should I save this bone position? Should I do it here in layers and make a new layer, or should I go to this and make a shape key? Or is there a mysterious third option I'm not aware of? We got some good little things here in chat. Also, everybody, don't forget to vote in chat which of the 3 you like the most of the recommendations on voting. What do you mean by saving bone position? Yeah, I'll show you. So I have these bones right here, right? These are the bones. They're here. I want to have this, and then I'm going to move these bones into a new position. And I want to like do a slider between the two. So how do I save this as like keyframe 1 or whatever you would call it? I'm assuming that's a shape key. Pose library. Could be pose library. Yeah, I'm just worried about doing this wrong. If I do this wrong, then I'm going to have to redo all of this, right? This is going to be a big disaster if I don't do it correctly. Maybe I should have saved. I'm going to do a quick little grab on this, actually. Let's grab Batwing and do a backup. Batwing backup. We're just going to leave that right there, just in case. Pose library, to be honest, I don't animate that much. Okay, you're good. Just curious. So I'm going to do a pose library. You know what? It probably wouldn't even hurt for me to just add a bunch of these. If you like pina colada. Honestly, I get add a pose. This pose is back fly. And just for the sake of my own integrity, I'm going to add a shape key here. And we're going to call you back fly. I'm trying to make him fly. What do you mean? I'm trying to make this guy fly. Front fly. There we go. So we got that set up. Let's go back to the bones. Let's make the bones go. And let's do this. Why not just make an animation? That's what I'm doing. What? What are you talking about? I am making an animation. I want the shape key, because if I mess up or I Simo? Simo? I'm gonna beat you up. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at 5 chat messages up and tell me what you wrote. What? Tell me what you wrote 5 messages ago. All right, so we're going to do this, and I'm going to push the whole thing forward. There we go. I tried to explain it to you. No. Okay. That looks a little jank. That looks really jank. Okay, so we want to straighten these guys out just a little bit. Well, I did add a shape key, so we're Gucci here on the shape keys. I just didn't know what I was doing, man. Is this gonna work? This feels bad. This feels not good. Sir, please. You want to make the first keyframe in a neutral position, though? I think you're right. I think you're right about that. I think you're very right about that. Oh, man. We'll get back to that. I've already gone too far. I'm gonna have to fix it anyway. So you're right. I'm like crushing this guy's arms. This feels brutal. Select all bones, Alt G and Alt R to reset. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Simo. So if I get rid of the... Oh, he looks mangled. It's this guy right here is the big problem. So let's fix that. Okay, you're throwing a bunch of information at me. Let's read through this. Alt G for location reset and Alt R for rotation. And that's from the edit, right? From when I went to edit mode. From pose mode. Yeah, but it's going to keep it from the original edit that I made, right? There we go. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Very appreciated. I no longer want to beat you up. Joe, on the other hand, Joe's never safe. Okay, that is outrageous looking. Okay, so we're gonna have to pose you down and pose you up. And I think we might be here. I'm running really low on time. We're getting really close to time. So I'm trying my best not to panic. This is not a bad learning opportunity, though, to try and learn how to do this quickly. So I'm just kind of treating this like a learning opportunity for the time being. That's not terrible looking. It's not great. I would give myself a C-. But C-, I can't be that mad at a C-, given what we're looking at right now. So let's say a C- ain't that bad. Okay. Sure, this works. Okay, cool. So I'm going to pose library this one more time. I can't. Why can't I? Okay, never mind. We're going to do a shape key. And I'm going to hope and pray that this works. So this is front fly. That's back fly. Let's add one more. You're going to be 1. You're going to be 0. I guess maybe you got to be 1. You got to be 2. and then we'll keep this as default. And we'll go back to bones, we'll go back to pose mode, and what am I looking for? Alt-G and Alt-R. Grab everything, Alt-G, Alt-R. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Simo. What I would do without you, I have no clue. I'd be a lot worse at 3D modeling is what I would be. Okay. Have I butchered this? Did I just butcher this? What have I done? What have I done? What happened? Why didn't it take? Okay, hold on. I have exactly 10 minutes to think about this, and something tells me that this is going to be a more than a 10-minute solution. So I've kind of reached the point where I'm not too worried about it, but I'm also upset that I didn't do it correctly. Tell you what, we're going to go back. We're here. I want to keep this. I want to save this. This is very important. This is the one that matters. This was the hardest one for me to do. This is the one that matters. This is usable at the very least. How do I save you? I might need to go follow a tutorial later today. So I think I might call it here. I think I'm at wit's end. I don't think I can conjure this information from thin air. So I think I might say that this is what I got for the time being. Can get rid of that, by the way. No, I get that. The shape keys didn't work, Simo. Like I know how to move the bones and stuff. Oh, that makes a keyframe? Okay. What? How? What? Insert keyframe. Oh, here we are. Okay. Yes, you got it. No, you can do it from here. Okay. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you right now. We're going to pop into frame 1. Actually, we're going to pop into frame 0. And I'm going to grab you, and we're going to and we're going to location rotation. Do it in pose mode, though? Okay, you got it. I can't do it in pose mode. I'm not allowed to do it in pose mode. Never mind. I lied. You got it. Yep, yeah. No, I tried it earlier and it didn't let me do keyframes over here, but I guess you can do keyframes from the menu. I didn't realize that. Okay, so this is going to be a bit janky. You flap forward, you go back, and you hover for a second. So the forward has to be the faster of the two motions. So that's going to put me here. Hold on. It's going to put me here. Okay, now we're back. And now I'm in pose mode, and I'm going to grab everything, and we're going to hit Alt-G, Alt-R. And I'm just going to test this out real quick before we do anything crazy. We're just going to go ahead and grab this and do location and do rotation. Go to 60, and we're going to grab you, copy, paste. Moment of truth. Simo, you might have just saved my entire life. Oh man, Mr. Six with the hard questions. Let's take a sec real quick. Oh, it's terrible. It works though. I deeply appreciate the fact that it works. Thank you, Simo. It looks so bad though. Wow, that is repulsive. Cool. At least we have an armature, and at least it's working. We've done our job today. Oh yes, it's this little guy right here. That guy's so ugly. He needs to come forward. He needs to bend in with the wing. All right, well, it's been a cool learning experience. And I'm actually not that disappointed. I actually love this wing. I love the hair. I love all the work that we've done. So for 2.5 hours of work, I can't be that mad. This has been exceptional. Just because one thing went bad doesn't mean that the whole thing went bad, right? Who cares? Ain't that big. Okay, so let's pop this guy over here. Let's put him over here. Let's go ahead and reactivate our mirror. Oh! Let's just experience this for a little bit. I'm gonna take a break. I'm just gonna take a quick little, just take a breather. Let's just take a little breather and just appreciate this for just a moment. Simo's out here trying to actually solve our problems. Oh, it actually makes it worse. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's because I have location rotation turned on. Oh, no, I've messed it up. I've messed it up. There we go. Now I can turn the mirror on over here. I'm going to have to fix that. That's going to be a nice little fix later. Perfect. Well then. What an experience this has been. What an absolute experience this has been. Well, let's take a quick little moment to reset. Let's take a chill pill for just a sec. I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube recording real quick. So see you later, YouTube. Join the Discord. Do all that jazz. You know what to do. And I'm out.